Welcome to Numismatics Hub, your ultimate destination for fascinating stories, rare coin discoveries, and all things numismatics. Join us as we explore the world of currency and uncover hidden treasures one coin at a time. In the world of numismatics, there are coins that are not just pieces of metal but pieces of history, each with its own story to tell. One such coin is the 1984 USA 1-cent penny. At first glance, this may seem like just another penny, a humble, everyday coin that often gets overlooked in our pockets, change jars, and vending machines. But beneath its simple copper-toned exterior lies a tale of design, production, and mystery that has captivated collectors for decades. The 1984 penny isn't just valuable because it's old. It's valuable because of the story it holds and the rare mistakes made during its production. Let's start by diving into the historical context of the penny. The United States, throughout its history, has issued various denominations, and the 1-cent coin has been in circulation since the late 18th century. The design of the penny has undergone numerous changes, reflecting the political and cultural shifts of the time. By 1984, the penny was already an iconic piece of American currency. But as with all currency, the minting process is far from flawless, and small errors in production can lead to coins with unexpected value. To understand why the 1984 penny stands out, it's crucial to first look at the context of the minting process at the time. The U.S. Mint, the institution responsible for producing American coinage, has always been meticulous about its coin designs, ensuring each new coin meets strict standards. But despite all the precautions, mistakes happen. Some of those mistakes lead to coins that are rare and highly sought after by collectors. The design of the penny itself during the early 1980s was well known and iconic. The front side, or obverse, featured the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, which had been used since 1909. This image was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner and has become one of the most enduring images on American currency. The reverse side, or back, of the penny originally depicted a simple design of wheat stalks, hence the nickname wheat penny for coins minted from 1909 until 1958. However, in 1959, the U.S. Mint made a significant change, replacing the wheat stalks with the Lincoln Memorial. This design would remain in place for several decades, including the 1984 penny. The 1984 penny, however, stands out not because of its design but because of an error that occurred during its production. Minting errors, while rare, happen with surprising frequency. In the case of the 1984 penny, there were coins that left the mint with notable flaws, most importantly, a rare mistake that occurred with the placement of the date. You see, the coins that were supposed to feature the year 1984 actually featured a double date. This mistake is what has captured the attention of collectors. The phenomenon of a double-date penny is known as a double die error. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin receives an impression more than once, resulting in a faint duplication of the design. This results in the date or other elements of the design appearing blurry or doubled. In the case of the 1984 penny, the double date error made the year appear as 1984 to 1984, giving the coin an almost ghostly appearance. Now, you might be wondering, how did such an error make it past quality control? The answer lies in the high volume of coins being produced at the U.S. Mint. In 1984, the Mint was working hard to meet the public demand for pennies, and with so many coins being struck every day, a mistake like this was unfortunately easy to overlook. But for collectors, this oversight turned into an incredible opportunity. Over time, numismatists and coin collectors began to notice these errors, and as word spread, the rarity of these 1984 double-die pennies became widely known. As with most rare coins, the value of these pennies started to rise. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have unique characteristics, whether they are due to minting errors, limited production runs, or simply a coin that's survived in pristine condition. But it's not just the double-die error that makes the 1984 penny so intriguing to collectors. The story of the 1984 penny also speaks to the wider appeal of coin collecting. For many, it's about more than just the value of the coin itself, it's about the hunt. Searching for rare coins is a treasure hunt that taps into something primal in human nature. Whether it's scouring through rolls of pennies at the local bank, flipping through a box of mixed change, or scouring through collections at estate sales and coin shops, finding a rare penny like the 1984 double die is like finding a hidden gem. And for those who are lucky enough to stumble upon one of these rare coins, the reward can be quite significant. As you can imagine, the rarity of the 1984 double die penny has created a competitive market for these coins. Not just any 1984 penny with a double date is worth a significant amount of money. Condition plays a massive role in the value of the coin. A penny that's in great shape with minimal wear is going to fetch a higher price than one that's heavily worn or damaged. The grade of the coin, its condition as assessed by professional grading services, is key to determining its value. For instance, a 1984 double-die penny that is graded as mint state or in uncirculated condition can fetch tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, the most well-preserved examples of these coins have sold for incredible amounts at auction, and some collectors have been willing to pay huge sums just to own one. As we're diving into the current value of the 1984 double-die penny, the excitement only intensifies. Now, let's get to the most thrilling part of the story. Just how much is the 1984 USA 1-cent penny worth today? When collectors first started noticing these rare coins, they were worth only a little more than face value, perhaps a few dollars extra for one in good condition. But over time, as the rarity and significance of these coins became more widely known, their prices skyrocketed. Today, a 1984 double-die penny, depending on its condition, can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s. But here's where it gets truly remarkable. The most valuable examples of this rare penny have been sold for incredible prices at auction, with some fetching upwards of $165,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $165,000 for a single 1984 double-die penny. This jaw-dropping price tag shows just how much demand there is for rare and unique coins, and how much collectors are willing to pay for a piece of American history that is, quite literally, one in a million. The allure of the 1984 double-die penny is a perfect example of how rare errors in minting can make a seemingly ordinary coin extraordinary. For collectors, it's about more than just money. It's about finding a piece of history, a tiny object that, in its own way, represents the intricacies and quirks of the world we live in. Conclusion. The 1984 USA 1-cent penny is much more than just a coin. It's a symbol of the intersection between history, artistry, and luck. The story of the 1984 double-die penny is one of rarity, mystery, and the unrelenting pursuit of perfection. For those who are fortunate enough to own one, it represents a tremendous financial opportunity. But even for those who don't, the hunt for rare coins continues to be one of the most exciting and rewarding aspects of numismatics. The next time you come across a penny, you might want to take a second look. You never know, your spare change might just be hiding a small treasure waiting for you to uncover it. The fascinating world of coin collecting. It's important to understand why the 1984 penny's story captivates both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike. You see, it's not just about the sheer monetary value, it's about the quest to discover something rare, the thrill of unearthing a piece of history that tells a larger story. Whether you're a collector who has spent years building a prized collection or a casual observer who's curious about the history behind a coin, there's something universally exciting about the search for coins that stand out from the crowd. For many, coin collecting is a hobby that allows them to connect with the past. Each coin, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, has its own journey. The 1984 double-die penny represents a moment in time when a simple mistake at the mint transformed an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. It serves as a reminder of the imperfections in even the most meticulous systems and how those imperfections can sometimes create something of immense value. Imagine the moment when the first collector realized the rarity of the 1984 double-die penny. It must have been an exhilarating discovery. Coins are produced in vast numbers, so to find one that stands out among the millions can feel like finding a needle in a haystack. For those who have found a 1984 penny with a double-date error, their find is akin to uncovering a piece of hidden treasure that most people would have missed without even a second glance. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just about what you can see with your eyes at first. It's about the story behind the coin, the research, the attention to detail, and yes, the thrill of the find. Now, let's talk about how the 1984 double-die penny became so valuable. The process that led to this penny's dramatic price increase is a story in itself. When a coin is identified as having a rare error, it often gets passed around in niche circles of collectors. Information about the rarity spreads through forums, social media, auctions, and even word of mouth. As the demand for a rare coin increases, so does its value. What starts as a small group of collectors interested in the 1984 double-die penny quickly expands as more people learn about it. Soon, the value of the coin begins to climb. What really drives the market for such rare coins is the sense of exclusivity. There's something deeply appealing about owning an item that few others can lay claim to. With rare minting errors like the double-die 1984 penny, the coin becomes not just a collector's item but a piece of numismatic history, a tangible link to a specific moment in time when something went wrong, but in the most interesting and valuable way. As the coin's market value began to rise, more and more people started looking for their own 1984 double-die pennies. For many, this meant going through thousands of pennies, carefully examining each one for signs of a double date. It's a labor of love for collectors, but one that offers great rewards for those with an eye for detail. While the coins are rare, they aren't impossible to find. Some lucky collectors have even reported finding them in change they received at stores, making their discovery feel like a serendipitous moment. Others search through boxes of pennies bought from coin dealers or numismatic shops in the hopes of finding that one elusive coin. As demand increased, so did the competition for these prized coins. Professional grading services, companies that assess the condition of coins and assign them a grade, became crucial in determining the coin's value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. A coin in mint state condition, meaning it has little to no wear, can be worth far more than one that's worn down with scratches and marks. Many of the 1984 double-die pennies that have fetched top dollar are those that have been graded at the highest levels, some even earning a grade of MS 65 or higher. These coins are practically flawless, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that represent such pristine examples of American currency. But the importance of professional grading services goes beyond simply determining the condition. Grading provides authentication proof that the coin is indeed a genuine double-die error. The process of authenticating a coin can be quite detailed and requires specialized knowledge. The U.S. Mint produces billions of coins each year, and counterfeiting is an unfortunate reality in the world of numismatics. To prevent fraudulent coins from entering the market, collectors rely on experts who can distinguish between a legitimate error and a coin that's been altered or artificially aged to appear rare. While the market for rare coins is incredibly exciting, it's also unpredictable. The value of coins like the 1984 double-die penny can fluctuate over time, influenced by a variety of factors including market demand, the availability of rare examples, and shifts in the broader economy. But there's no denying the incredible growth in value that the 1984 double-die penny has experienced over the years. In 2025, a 1984 double-die penny might still fetch an impressive price. But could it continue to rise in value? Only time will tell. Numismatic trends often follow a cycle where certain coins become fashionable for a period before being replaced by the next big discovery. However, the fact that the 1984 penny has continued to capture the imagination of collectors for so many years suggests that it's a coin with staying power. It's a coin that tells a story not just about American currency, but about the incredible power of rarity, the thrill of discovery, and the endless pursuit of the next great find. For those who are new to coin collecting or just discovering the world of rare errors, the 1984 double-die penny is an excellent starting point. Its rarity and the dramatic difference in value between a worn example and a pristine one make it a fantastic introduction to the fascinating world of numismatics. Whether you're a casual enthusiast, a seasoned collector, or someone who's just heard of this rare coin for the first time, it's easy to see why the 1984 double-die penny holds such a special place in the hearts of those who appreciate the beauty and history of coins. In the end, the story of the 1984 USA 1-cent penny is a reminder that sometimes the most valuable things in life come from the most unexpected places. A tiny error in minting, a simple mistake, has turned a common penny into one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world. For those who hold one of these rare pennies in their hand, it's not just about the money, it's about owning a piece of history that will likely be cherished for years to come. So, the next time you get change, or if you find yourself flipping through a jar of pennies, remember, that small, often overlooked coin could be worth far more than its face value. And if you're lucky enough to discover a 1984 double-die penny, you might just have an incredible treasure on your hands. The fascinating world of rare coins. We realize that the story of the 1984 double-die penny is only one example of how coins can carry hidden value, secrets of history, and even unexpected rewards for those who are patient enough to search for them. The 1984 penny didn't start out as a rare and highly valuable coin. It was just another mass-produced piece of currency, meant to circulate as part of the everyday life of American citizens. But over time, thanks to an error in the minting process and the tireless work of collectors, it became something far more special. This highlights a key aspect of coin collecting: the potential for hidden treasure in something that, at first glance, seems completely ordinary. For many collectors, finding a rare coin isn't just about the monetary reward. It's about the journey of discovery. There's a unique sense of pride that comes with owning a piece of history, especially when it's one of a kind or extremely rare. It's also about connecting with the past. Each coin, after all, tells a story. Whether it's a coin produced during a historical moment of change or a mistake made in a minting process, every piece of currency has a narrative. The 1984 double-die penny represents an extraordinary error, but it also connects us to the era of the 1980s, a time of significant cultural and political shifts. Just as the penny changed over the years, so did the world around it. But the rarity of the 1984 double-die penny doesn't mean that other minting errors don't have similar appeal. In fact, the world of coin collecting is filled with such stories of forgotten errors, designs, and coins that are misprinted or have anomalies. Errors can happen in a variety of ways: misalignments, under or overstruck designs, and wrong dates. Each error, though seemingly small, can have a lasting impact on the coin's value. And it's these mistakes that provide treasure hunters and numismatists with endless opportunities to uncover hidden gems. Take, for instance, the 1955 double-die penny, another famous error that has captivated collectors. Its story is similar to that of the 1984 double-die penny, an error that went unnoticed until it was later recognized for its rarity. In fact, some collectors refer to the 1955 double-die penny as one of the most iconic examples of minting mistakes. While each of these coins has its own unique story and set of characteristics, what they all share is the ability to captivate the imagination. It's these very errors and anomalies that elevate the humble penny from just another piece of currency to a coveted collector's item. What makes the 1984 double-die penny so valuable is, in part, the very fact that it was a mistake, a simple error that, by sheer chance, became something much more significant. The world of numismatics is filled with these kinds of happy accidents, where a coin's value skyrockets due to a rare error that was once considered a flaw. These errors are often the result of human oversight or mechanical malfunction during the minting process. But it's exactly these imperfections that make these coins so fascinating and valuable today. As the numismatic world continues to grow, with more collectors entering the market, the hunt for these rare coins has become more competitive. The digital age has certainly changed how collectors approach the hobby. In the past, collectors would comb through rolls of pennies at banks, check through jars of loose change, or visit estate sales in search of valuable coins. Today, technology has made it easier to access information, connect with other collectors, and even buy and sell coins through online platforms. Social media groups, auction sites, and dedicated coin forums are now bustling communities where collectors can share their finds, offer advice, and connect with others who share their passion for coins. For new collectors entering the scene, there's an overwhelming sense of opportunity. The 1984 double-die penny, while a standout example, is far from the only coin that could potentially hold significant value. New discoveries are made all the time, and rare coins with errors continue to be uncovered across the country. But discovering a coin like the 1984 double-die penny is no small feat. It requires patience, attention to detail, and sometimes a bit of luck. Coins that look ordinary on the surface may hold the key to a rare find. It's also worth noting the role of professional graders and auction houses in the world of coin collecting. Professional grading is an essential part of the process for high-value coins. If you do happen to find a rare 1984 double-die penny or any other valuable coin, getting it graded by a reputable organization like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, is vital. These companies provide an expert assessment of the coin's condition and authenticity, which can greatly affect its value in the market. In fact, some of the highest prices paid for coins are for those that have been authenticated and graded by these professional services. When it comes to the 1984 double-die penny, having the coin certified and graded at a high level can make all the difference in whether it's worth hundreds of dollars or thousands. As we bring this journey to a close, let's reflect on the incredible journey of the 1984 double-die penny. It started as just another piece of everyday currency, one that millions of people likely used and discarded without a second thought. But thanks to a rare error, it became one of the most highly sought-after coins in the world, commanding astonishing prices at auctions and from collectors. The value of the 1984 double-die penny isn't just about the monetary price. It's a symbol of how small moments in time, an error in a minting press, can change the course of history, even in something as seemingly insignificant as a penny. For collectors, it's a reminder of the endless potential for discovery, the unexpected rewards of persistence, and the thrill of uncovering something that tells a story beyond its simple design. The 1984 penny is more than just a coin. It's a reflection of the power of rarity, the thrill of discovery, and the enduring fascination of numismatics. So, if you're out there checking your change or perusing your collection, remember that the next rare find could be just around the corner. Whether it's a 1984 double-die penny or another hidden treasure, the world of coin collecting is filled with stories just waiting to be told. And who knows, the next incredible discovery might be yours. Keep your eyes open and never underestimate the power of a single coin. Could be the key to unlocking a story, a piece of history, and maybe, just maybe, your next big treasure. The 1983 USA Liberty Quarter Dollar is a fascinating piece of American history. It stands as one of those intriguing coins that not only tell the story of its time but also holds an air of mystery and allure that has captivated collectors and numismatists for decades. Today, we're diving deep into its rich history, the design that makes it stand out, the minting process behind it, its rise in collector appeal, and, of course, what makes it so valuable now. The story of this quarter begins, like so many others, in the broader context of American history. By the early 1980s, America was experiencing a time of change. The country had just emerged from a turbulent period in the late 1960s and 1970s, where political strife, economic instability, and social unrest had created an air of uncertainty. President Ronald Reagan had recently taken office in 1981, and the nation was looking for a sense of direction and renewal. The economy was shifting, and the American people, more than ever, were searching for symbols of pride and stability. This period of change is crucial to understanding why the design of the 1983 Liberty Quarter was so important. Before we get into the coin itself, let's take a step back and think about quarters in general. Quarters are unique because, over the years, they've gone through numerous design changes, with the American people always at the heart of those decisions. The 1983 Liberty Quarter was part of a long-standing tradition of circulating coins in the U.S., each one reflecting the social and political mood of the time. Now, the design of the 1983 Liberty Quarter didn't actually differ that much from the quarters that came before it. In fact, it retained the same basic design established in 1932 when the famous George Washington quarter was first minted. This design had been in circulation for more than 50 years by the time 1983 rolled around. Featuring a profile of the first president of the United States, George Washington, the coin had become a staple of American coinage. However, it was the 1983 Liberty Quarter's minting process and certain subtle variations that make it so special. Let's talk about the specifics of the 1983 quarter. The United States Mint had continued to churn out quarters throughout the years, with a few design changes here and there, but 1983 was a year when things started to shift. A deeper look at the details of this specific coin will show that its composition was slightly different from the ones minted in previous years. The quarter of the 1980s was made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, a departure from the solid silver quarters that had been used before. What's important to note about the 1983 quarter is that, unlike other years, this particular issue contains some interesting characteristics that set it apart. There were very few anomalies in the minting process during this time, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist. You see, coins, especially those as heavily circulated as the quarter, can sometimes be struck with errors or slight misprints, which can drastically increase their value. Now let's dive into the true excitement of the 1983 USA Liberty Quarter, its value. The value of a coin can fluctuate based on many factors: its rarity, its condition, the minting errors, and, of course, the appeal it has to collectors. You might be wondering, how does a 1983 quarter have such significant value? Here's where things get really interesting. While the 1983 quarter, on the surface, doesn't seem much different from the ones that had been minted for decades, it's the extremely rare 1983 D Denver Mint double die obverse error that has caused a stir among collectors. When you take a closer look at the coin, you'll notice that the date on the obverse front of the coin appears to have been struck more than once, creating a distinct doubling effect. This error is incredibly rare, making it a true gem among collectors, and it's the reason this coin has garnered so much attention. To put it into perspective, there were very few of these double-die obverse error coins minted. Because of this rarity, it's considered one of the holy grails of modern American coinage. A coin that is able to hold such historical significance combined with its production error can fetch a price that far exceeds its face value. The appeal of this error coin has skyrocketed over the years, and it's no surprise why. Coins with minting errors are always highly sought after because they are unique, one of a kind in some cases, and carry a sense of mystery and intrigue. Collectors love the hunt for these anomalies, and the 1983 double-die Liberty Quarter has become the subject of some of the most exciting auctions in the numismatic world. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Let's explore how this coin made its way into the hands of collectors. The journey of a coin like this can be quite thrilling, especially when it comes to discovering one of these errors. Imagine walking into a local coin shop or perhaps stumbling upon it in a coin roll and noticing that something is a little off with the date. You might not recognize it immediately, but once you do, the possibilities for finding a valuable treasure become endless. The doubling effect that makes the 1983 D quarter so special isn't the only factor driving its value. The sheer rarity of such a minting error is what makes it stand out in the marketplace. When you combine rarity with the fact that the coin is part of a collection of iconic American currency, you begin to understand why collectors go wild over it. Minting errors like these are often fleeting, and once they're discovered, they become treasures that cannot be replicated. Now, let's fast forward to the present day. It's the moment that many of you have been waiting for. The 1983 USA Liberty Quarter, with its elusive double-die obverse error, has reached incredible heights in terms of value. The coin, in its perfect condition, has been known to sell for upwards of $190,000. Yes, you heard that right, $190,000 for a single quarter. This astronomical value can be attributed to its rarity, historical importance, and its undeniable appeal to collectors. Whether you're an avid numismatist or just someone intrigued by rare finds, it's hard not to marvel at the fact that a coin that was originally worth just 25 cents could now command a price that puts it in the realm of high-end collectible art. The current market value of the 1983 D double-die obverse error quarter is a testament to the ever-growing interest in rare coins. As more collectors become aware of the coin's significance, the demand has only increased, pushing the value higher. The scarcity of this particular coin, combined with the growing number of enthusiasts looking for that next big find, creates the perfect storm for this coin's value to continue to rise. For those who might be fortunate enough to own one of these quarters, the thrill of discovery is just the beginning. Owning a piece of American history like this is more than just an investment, it's a symbol of the country's numismatic heritage. It's a reminder of the years gone by, the history etched into every coin, and the chance to hold a part of that story in your hands. In conclusion, the 1983 USA Liberty Quarter Dollar is not just a coin, it's a symbol of history, rarity, and the fascinating world of coin collecting. From its humble beginnings in the minting process to its rise as one of the most sought-after error coins of the modern age, it embodies the allure of the unknown and the joy of discovery. With its value now sitting at an impressive $190,000, this coin has proven that sometimes even the smallest items can hold the most incredible value. So next time you find yourself holding a quarter, take a moment to inspect it closely. You never know, you could be holding a rare treasure that could change your life forever. Let's reflect for a moment on how coins like the 1983 Liberty Quarter truly embody the idea of hidden gems within the world of numismatics. This isn't just about collecting coins, it's about connecting to something greater. The world of coin collecting, especially when it comes to error coins like this one, taps into an aspect of human nature that loves to uncover the obscure and unexpected. This is where the passion for numismatics thrives, the thrill of uncovering rare items that most people overlook. For many collectors, finding a coin with a rare error or unique feature is the pinnacle of the hobby. It's about more than just owning a piece of history, it's about the chase. The hunt for something that no one else has. One of the most captivating aspects of the 1983 Liberty Quarter is the fact that it wasn't just a rare error when it first appeared. No, its journey to fame is more of a slow burn, growing over time as collectors and experts began to realize just how significant the coin was. As the coin circulated, few recognized the anomaly until coin enthusiasts began closely scrutinizing the 1983 quarters, and that's when the double die obverse error caught the attention of the serious numismatists. But let's not forget the everyday collectors, the ones who may have stumbled upon this coin in their change jar or while rolling coins at home. For these individuals, the discovery of the 1983 error coin represents an unforgettable moment, the kind of story they can tell for years to come. These are the stories that make numismatics so special. There's something inherently fascinating about discovering something valuable that no one else sees at first glance. It's the ultimate treasure hunt, and in this case, it involves something that's always been in our pockets. As you delve into the world of rare coins, you begin to realize that the stories surrounding them are often as valuable as the coins themselves. The 1983 Liberty Quarter didn't just become a symbol of rare error coinage because of its design or even its historical context. It became famous because of the story it tells of a time when American currency was undergoing shifts, when minor mistakes became treasures, and when dedicated collectors unearthed priceless items that were once considered commonplace. Now, if we think about the future of this coin, it's clear that it will continue to play a major role in numismatic circles. The current value of the 1983 Liberty Quarter is impressive, but in the world of coins, values can rise and fall, and rarity always finds a way to remain important. As time passes, more people will discover this unique piece of history, and some may even start searching their own collections, wondering if they too might have a hidden treasure tucked away. This brings us to the fascinating concept of coin appreciation. Like any collectible, the value of coins increases as they become rarer. Over the years, fewer and fewer of the 1983 double die obverse error quarters will be available on the market as collectors hold onto them and fewer coins are found in circulation. With such a limited number of these coins remaining, the demand will only continue to grow. This kind of scarcity is what drives the coin's value skyward. A coin that may have been found in a roll of quarters in the past could now be the centerpiece of a prestigious collection worth more than anyone could have ever imagined at the time it was minted. And that's what makes coins like the 1983 Liberty Quarter so captivating. They are symbols of the unexpected. They're proof that even in something as simple as change, there's room for something extraordinary. But not every coin that's been minted with an error sees such massive value. So, what is it about the 1983 Liberty Quarter that made it stand out from other errors? Part of the appeal comes from its status as a modern error coin, minted in an era where errors weren't as frequent or as easily noticed by the general public. Because of this, the coin managed to fly under the radar for a period before collectors started recognizing the mistake. Its rarity, combined with the intrigue of the minting error, made it an object of desire for those who were searching for that perfect piece to add to their collections. The fact that it was part of a modern era of coinage representing the 1980s gives it an added layer of cultural significance. People collecting coins from this time period are not just looking for a piece of American currency, they are looking for a reflection of their history and culture, an item that carries with it stories and memories of an era that shaped the future. In this way, the 1983 Liberty Quarter transcends its monetary value, it becomes a cultural artifact. Fast forward to today, and we find that the 1983 USA Liberty Quarter dollar has cemented its place in the annals of American coinage. Its story has captured the imagination of coin collectors, historians, and even those who are just beginning their journey into the world of numismatics. It's a coin that perfectly embodies the magic of the hobby, the idea that a simple object, when studied and understood, can hold unimaginable value. It reminds us that sometimes the most valuable things are the ones that are the most overlooked. To wrap up our exploration of the 1983 USA Liberty Quarter dollar, we're left with a fascinating question. What's next for this iconic coin? Will its value continue to rise as more collectors seek to add it to their collections? Or will the market stabilize, allowing collectors a more accessible opportunity to own one of these historical pieces? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the 1983 Liberty Quarter dollar, with its double die obverse error, will continue to be one of the most intriguing coins in the history of U.S. currency. It serves as a reminder that even the smallest things can have a profound impact. For coin collectors, it's not just about the value of a coin, it's about the journey, the history, and the thrill of discovering something extraordinary in a seemingly ordinary place. So keep your eyes peeled, stay curious, and who knows? Maybe the next hidden treasure in your collection is just waiting to be discovered. And with that, we end our journey through the captivating world of the 1983 USA Liberty Quarter dollar. I hope this video has sparked your interest and given you a deeper understanding of why this coin is more than just a quarter. It's a piece of history, a symbol of rarity, and a testament to the fascinating world of numismatics. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world of rare coins and collectibles. See you in the next video. We reflect on the incredible story of the 1983 USA Liberty Quarter. It's fascinating to think about how coins like this one have an almost mythical quality within the numismatic community. When we talk about rare coin errors, they often take on an almost legendary status. Stories get passed down about certain coins, how they were discovered, their unusual characteristics, and the excitement they generated when they were first uncovered. The 1983 Liberty Quarter is no exception. It's a story of luck, knowledge, and an eye for detail. What makes the 1983 Liberty Quarter so compelling is not just the coin itself, but the culture of coin collecting that surrounds it. The world of numismatics isn't just about the coins, it's about the community of collectors, dealers, historians, and enthusiasts who constantly seek to unearth hidden treasures and share their discoveries. A rare coin like the 1983 Liberty Quarter creates a bond between people who are passionate about preserving history, understanding the intricacies of currency, and sharing their knowledge with others. The community's enthusiasm fuels the continuing fascination with coins like the 1983 Liberty Quarter. This quarter's value also speaks to a larger trend we've seen in recent years, a resurgence of interest in rare and vintage items. As more people become aware of the value that these collectibles can hold, whether it's because of their age, rarity, or unique characteristics, coins have become a prominent part of the conversation about investment in tangible assets. For many collectors, rare coins are not only a hobby but also an investment, and owning a piece like the 1983 Liberty Quarter is an opportunity to hold something that could increase in value over time. The 1983 Liberty Quarter's impressive $190,000 price tag is not only a testament to the rarity of the double-die error but also reflects the growing interest in U.S. coins among collectors around the world. It's a stark reminder that something as simple as a coin, a piece of metal that's easy to overlook in everyday life, can have an enormous impact, both in terms of value and cultural significance. Collectors are constantly seeking coins with a story, and the 1983 Liberty Quarter fits that mold perfectly. The backstory of the coin, the era it was minted in, the era it carries, and the eventual discovery of its rarity creates a narrative that makes it far more than just a piece of currency. It becomes a symbol of the changing times in America during the 1980s, the unpredictability of minting processes, and the surprising places where treasures can hide. When we talk about the impact of this coin, we also need to consider how it contributes to the larger history of U.S. coinage. Throughout the history of the U.S. Mint, there have been many coins that have had lasting legacies. Coins like the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel, the 1933 Double Eagle Gold Coin, and more recently, the 1983 Liberty Quarter. These coins are revered not only for their rarity but for the stories they tell about the times in which they were produced. They become artifacts that help tell the story of American currency and, by extension, American history itself. In the case of the 1983 Liberty Quarter, its historical significance is enhanced by the fact that it comes from a time of transition in the U.S. economy. The 1980s marked a shift in America's financial landscape. With the rise of personal wealth, the push for free market capitalism, and a renewed sense of national pride, coins like the 1983 Liberty Quarter became small but important symbols of a broader cultural movement. For coin collectors, finding an era coin from this era is like discovering a tangible piece of the era itself, something that encapsulates the spirit of the times. Now, let's take a moment to talk about the fascinating process of how a coin like this gets into the hands of collectors. Many people might think that rare coins are simply found in banks or coin shops, but the reality is that they can come from a variety of places. Sometimes these coins are found in old coin rolls or loose change. In other cases, they're discovered in large coin collections, passed down from one generation to the next, or even found in the most unexpected places. For a coin like the 1983 Liberty Quarter, every discovery has its own story. Some may have been found by diligent collectors searching through rolls of coins, while others may have been hidden in collections for years only to be uncovered later when they are evaluated for their rarity and value. In the world of coin collecting, it's not uncommon for a person to stumble upon a coin that they initially think is ordinary only to later realize they've found a rare treasure. This element of surprise and discovery is part of what keeps the world of numismatics so exciting and dynamic. For some, the joy is in the hunt, for others it's in the validation of their instincts when they identify a coin with a rare characteristic. Either way, finding a rare coin like the 1983 Liberty Quarter brings with it a sense of pride and accomplishment that few other collectibles can match. What's particularly striking about error coins is how they change the way we look at mistakes. In the world of coins, errors are often considered the highest form of rarity. While perfection is typically the goal of any minting process, it's the small imperfections, the subtle errors that make certain coins so valuable. The 1983 Liberty Quarter's double die error is a perfect example of how a mistake can, in some cases, become an opportunity. A flaw in the minting process led to the creation of something that, to the trained eye, was not just a mistake, it was a rare and valuable treasure. The same can be said for many other collectible items throughout history where something originally thought to be imperfect becomes incredibly valuable over time. This concept extends beyond the world of coins and into the broader world of collectibles, where imperfections can often become part of a piece's charm. Whether it's a misprinted baseball card, a painting with a slight flaw, or a rare book with a missing page, collectors often find that the imperfection is what makes the item special. It's the human element, the fact that something went wrong in the production process, that creates a narrative around the item, and that story is what fuels the interest and ultimately drives its value up. Now, imagine being the lucky owner of a 1983 Liberty Quarter with the double die obverse error. Not only do you possess a piece of history, but you also hold a unique part of a much larger story. That story will continue to be told, passed along from one collector to the next, and celebrated for years to come. Your discovery could very well become part of the legacy of numismatics, immortalized in books, museums, and auctions for generations to come. So if you're out there with a jar of coins sifting through the pile, keep your eyes peeled for that one-in-a-million find. You never know, it could be the next 1983 Liberty Quarter. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a beginner just starting to dip your toes into the world of coin collecting, always remember that every coin has a story. And sometimes the most fascinating tales are hidden in the coins we pass by every day, and that's the continuing journey of the 1983 Liberty Quarter dollar. It's a reminder that the world of numismatics isn't just about coins, it's about the stories they carry, the history they represent, and the thrill of discovery that makes collecting such an exciting and rewarding pursuit. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into one of the most fascinating coins in American history. If you enjoyed this exploration, be sure to subscribe for more content that uncovers hidden treasures from the world of coins and collectibles. Until next time, happy collecting.